Hey everybody, it's me, Nez. Let me get my mic in the right position because I am just not prepared, I guess. Good professionalism out here when you get a solo stream. There we go. I moved my mic like 3 inches, so now I think that makes the world of difference. We've got a fun little slate today. 8 games. 8 games, and guess what? We got a lot of money. A lot of money up for grabs. I spent a good part of today looking at the rankings and diving into my own results so far in hoops. It's something that I will no doubt continue to do moving forward. I was kind of going off vibes for football and for baseball, and just like knowing that what I started at and how I was doing. And now with hoops, it's so different because I rarely will put down the volume on like a singular NFL slate that I do on a single day in hoops. And that has been like a daily thing for a couple weeks, few weeks. Yeah, you gotta get serious about this stuff. If you were like me and just knowing whether or not you were up or down, it's fun to keep track of this stuff. I did it for pick'ems whenever. So yes, it's true. I made the Top Dog VIP program. I had to beg and plead to get in there, but they had a promo for pick'ems where if you did 5K in volume, you would get 1.5K in site credits. So I was like, okay, I'm going to take this very seriously. Luckily, it happened during the World Series, so I could just hammer Rangers hires. But that was like a fun exercise to see like how was I doing with pick'ems. And I'm definitely a lifetime loser, but hey, I made out positive on the promo. So all that to say, I'm keeping track now of NBA, and right now we're sitting at a minus 10% ROI, just straight up. We're at minus 10%. Had a few good nights, had a handful of not so good nights, but we cracked John Boy's sheet. That's really all that matters is the sheet clout. So I made the sheet clout of John Boy beats. That feels good, but minus 10% ROI. Don't need a finance degree to say, like that number to be a bit higher. Ultimately. But I mean, that's a lot of volume, man. You want to talk about just straight entry fees? I mean, this all gets cycled back in. Uh let's actually just see what the entry fees are because I didn't actually do that yet. I just have it in different formulas to see like what my profit is and my ROI percentages, but not actually straight up fees. So just cost basis, man. Just cost basis. It's 15K just so far in hoops. And I mean, you win a lot back. Sometimes you don't win as much back, but I mean, it's kind of like, push and pull and staying afloat, but 15K in cost basis. It's kind of nuts to when you look at that number, but it's not like I started out with that. It's just what's been played in total. So pretty interesting stuff. Let's address the chat. Not many people can pull off the jean jacket. Most people aren't, Nezzy. You can let me be the, I don't know, the example that if you just put your shame to the side, you can do whatever you want. What up, Brett? Welcome in. Camera zoomed in. Am I a little more zoomed in than normal? Don't worry. You're going to get a screen share in a moment. I just got to get my FaceTime in. J-Train, GM, Mr. Chip. Gentleman. Young Goon. James Young. My boy Clay. All right. Enough about how I'm doing. No one cares about my teams. No one cares about my process or my progress, I should say. Let's pull up totals and starting lineups from our Roto Grinders lineup website. Let's share a little screen here. Let's do this. Let's do one of these. Add to stage. Perfect. And of course, let's get our good friend Ghost Beats up in the background. Thank you, Mr. Ghost Beats. All right, man. Let's take a look at what we got going on today. Mavs and Wizards with 244, 124 implied total with the Mavericks, 119 total with the Wizards. If you're playing on redacted, this is like 100% where you start because Wizards are always where you start. It's kind of annoying that they're really the meta in redacted, but thankfully on Underdog, which is what we're talking about, what we always talk about, you're basically telling yourself, okay, where do I take Kuzma? Do I take Jordan Poole? The answer is never. And are Gafford or Calla Bailey in play? That is our question, and the answer is maybe. Gafford, maybe. Calla Bailey. I want to call him Calla Baby. Call me maybe. Definitely in question for the last round today. And we just got our Kyrie Irving Q tag here. I don't care. He projects too well. I'm going to lean into it. And then Luka coming off an absolute stinker. So, yeah, I didn't watch the game last night. I didn't watch any games last night other than the end of the Lakers, which was an absolute stinker. And yeah, I missed a lot of the nonsense. I was keeping track of Cade though, because I had a Cade and Jokic pick'em. I did a pick 2 with those two and was keeping track of Cade, and it was ruining my day because I was at a concert. I went to a Earl Sweatshirt concert, if you can believe it or not, and that was very crowded. The venue was a little small, but it was fun. He's one of my favorites. GM Roofing Man, GM Bobby Stabs. Dave, what's up, dude? We need some college hoops fantasy drafts. You won't see me in there, but if you've got the edge in college hoops, post something that you see in pick'ems, and maybe we'll build a little something for the hell of it. Yeah, Bobby, it was pretty much like all the Alchemist stuff, which I really like that album, but it played a little interesting live. Like it's Alchemist, so I love the Alchemist, like one of my favorite producers, but it was it was definitely a different vibe than I expected live. I've seen him quite a few times, and I liked some of his other shows that I've been to better, but it was still great. Okay, so 124, 119 here for Mavs and Wizards, and we're not going to see anything else like touch these two really as far as totals go. Just to like give you a preview, what is the next closest? Bucks 116 against the Raptors, and then the Lakers 118 against the Kings. That's going to be the closest thing to these. But like I said, kind of named the draftable pieces from either side there. Kyrie Q tag is definitely going to be interesting. I don't think it brings anybody else into play. Like Tim Hardaway Jr. has been playing well, but I don't think I'm gonna get there as far as today goes. Let me just do a little box score watching, just because like he has been playing well, but yeah, he's not in consideration for us. Knicks and Hawks, Trae Young, I think he just had a child, so do with that information what you will, but he missed the last game because of personal reasons, and Murray stepped up in his absence, put up a 50 ball. I was light on Murray because I didn't get there enough when he had the personal Q tag, and I just made the game theory decision to be light on Murray, and that cost me yesterday. I broke even yesterday, but could have done better if I had a little bit more Murray in those lineups instead of Cade Cunningham, who is on the ban list. On the Knicks side, though, Brunson, Randall, definitely in consideration today. Randall, I think, I put him on the cover. And it's more so just because of like him as a dude. He just doesn't really have a great attitude on the court, doesn't seem like a good teammate, frustrates a lot of people. However, Julius Randle is doing well in fantasy, and he could probably be doing a lot better. Let's look up Julius Randle game logs here and see if I can actually find some data to like back that up, that Julius Randle could probably be doing better. Just as far as projections go, he's ranked like right at where his ADP is. So his ADP is efficient. I'm not saying we need to like bump him up too much more, but he's just taking a shit ton of shots. Be going in the hoop. Yeah, I mean, his field goal percentage is not great. But I think things can break his way and he can have a huge game. And why can't he do it against the Hawks, even though this isn't like a fantastic total? I'm still into Randall today at ADP. I think I don't know that I'm going to go full T-Box. T-Box loves himself some Julius Randle. Shout out T-Box, by the way. I don't want to talk about that too much because we're going to talk about it on the NFL show today with John. But God, his video today, he's the king. There's nobody funnier. 224 total for the Celtics and the 76ers. On the Celtics side, this is like the story of the slate. Jaylen Brown didn't show up at shoot-around. He's questionable with an illness. Kristaps Porzingis is a game-time decision with a knee contusion, and this like really changes a lot. I think we got to just get ahead of it and draft Drew Holiday in the 5th. Derek White is in the 6th. Major consideration there. But I think what you should do, though, is draft Jaylen Brown and Kristaps in the 6th. Which, you know, if you don't... I know, like, a lot of people watching know that. But some people might not know that. That the way to play the Celtics today is, in the 6th round, draft Kristaps or draft Tatum. Or Jaylen Brown. Because you just get to swap if they don't play. Like, it's just it's very simple. There's not a lot of like thinking to go along with that. You get a swap and you get yourself access to later information to act upon that people don't in your draft if they don't have any swap eligible players. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Got to make a evergreen video that isn't just like a clip from the stream that explains swaps and goes into the strategy of that. That'll be coming soon, but yeah, this is really like the story of the slate, and I think this plus other Q tags were making people kind of pause on drafting. I don't know. I was in there, and the values are soft. Like, I know we've got Kyrie Irving Q tag. That's honestly fantastic. The Kyrie Irving Q tag is the best thing that could ever happen because if he plays, he's a smash, and he's not going to be overdrafted now that he's got this Q tag. Yeah, you're gonna see some 5th round Kyrie, I think. Didn't even talk about the Sixers yet. Maxey kind of had a down game, but he still had a decent game fantasy wise, but not what you wanted for somebody going at the 1-2 turn consistently. I think Batum is out today. I thought I heard, or maybe he's going to play. He's not really that important for us on here. Embiid, though, is going to be a top 2 pick and deservingly so. I'm curious if we'll get a Q tag on Embiid later today. That would be pretty nutty if we get something like that. Okay, Bucks and Raptors. Let's look at this one here. Usual suspects for the Bucks. It's Giannis and Dame. Dame was definitely in consideration to be on the cover today. We haven't seen a lot of him this season. When we just saw him last game against the Bulls, played 32 minutes, 12 points, 3 boards, 5 assists, 5 turnovers. That's not good. Had a day off or two, I believe, since then, playing the Raptors. This could be an interesting game. Dame at 23 ADP, I think, is pretty efficient. I don't know if ETR has projections yet, but I do have Stochastic. And what does Stochastic think about Mr. Damian Lillard today? They don't think highly of him. Looks like they've got him 28th in their projections, so that's like 5 spots below ADP. We're talking about not much of a difference there between those guys, but yeah, that'll be. I don't know that I want to fade Dame Lillard, but man, oh man. We'll make some rankings here in a second. Dennis Schroeder is now questionable. Game time decision, it looks like. Barnes and Siakam are definitely in large consideration for me today and for everybody else, I am sure. They don't project that well by the computers, but it's the old narrative that the Bucks can't play defense anymore. So this total to me seems low. If I was a betting man, I would probably think that they score more points than this. But I like Barnes a lot today, and I like Siakam a lot today. I know that the thesis is guards, but we got point Scotty. Especially if we get no Schroeder, that should bump up Barnes like considerably, I would think. Magic and Bulls, not a lot to really talk about here. Banchero and Franz are in draft consideration. I think Banchero might be a little overdrafted right now. His ADP lines up pretty well with his projection rank by Stochastic, but yeah, I'm not like really into Banchero a lot today. I'm never into Banchero. Said it yesterday. I'm not going to fall for his tricks, but the Bulls aren't like anything to like really fear, but it's just a slog. 216 when we have all these other totals. Hey, GM Andy. Explicit. What up? How did the last night picks go? Not well. We had some shots on goal, as Pete likes to say, but not that he coined that. But we didn't win anything. We've got a lot of L's here. This was my big one. I went pretty hard on Cade and Jokic, and that bit me. That bit me pretty hard here. This was my big one. I thought this was a good spot for Cade. I just trusted the usage and never Cade. The ones that we built on stream, we had this one here. Oscar Thompson just missed. He had a great game. It didn't hit this. That's kind of silly. And we put a spicy Aaron Gordon double because chat wanted me to put a spicy, so I did. But we hit the Cade. There's Cade coming through with the turnovers. And then we did Cat because this was actually me hedging. And then this was a T-Bear suggestion. So shout out Terrence actually getting there on that. And then we actually had a decent – this is only a $5 for the spicy. This is decent. We almost got there. Tobias Harris, though, ended up getting almost concussed. I think not that would have cost him 3 boards. Like, that's a spicy for a reason. But and then Claxton just had a terrible game. Didn't get a double in any category. But, yeah, so we're going to run it back today. Don't you worry. So yeah, on the Bulls side though, no DeMar DeRozan, which makes the decision of Levine and Vooch much easier because now we don't have to worry about DeRozan's usage being in there. So I think Levine may be a little undervalued, but I could be falling for a trap there. Same with Vooch, with no Wendell Carter Jr. going up against Goga. I could be falling for a trap though. All right, our 3 late night games. This is going to be an awesome dunking after dark slate. Assuming it starts at 8. Numi might start it at 9. If it does start at 9, it'll still be fun. Timberwolves and Suns, though. Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert in draft consideration for us. I think Ant... correct me if I'm wrong, has a projection. It looks like he's about where he should be. Karl Anthony Towns is also roughly where he should be in ADP. So ADP is pretty damn efficient. Oh, Chip. Good shit, man. I always chip. Oh, yeah, man. Kincaid was brutal. We were so close. That should have hit. Tonight is our night. Deez, you've been running pretty damn good lately, man. You've been dialed in. I see you. I know that ROI has got to be looking positive. On the Sun side, here is another story of the slate. What do we do with the Suns? Booker, Beal, and Durant playing, I believe, for the first time, all 3 in the same lineup. That's pretty exciting. Booker, I am drafting quite a bit. But here's the thing. You don't necessarily need to bump Booker up in your ranks because I mean, maybe there's just not a lot of you guys in here drafting, but Booker is very much there to be drafted. And I'm of the thinking that if Booker's active, I want Devin Booker. Simple enough. Bradley Beal, I'm probably going to end up mixing in the sixth, usually on my non-KD and Booker teams, but he is going undrafted. So I will mix in a little bit of Bradley Beal, but it's not like a fantastic spot. Plus, he's got KD and Book there. So it's like not the best. I don't want to be overweight, but I don't want to completely fade either. KD is interesting because he is being slightly overdrafted, just slightly, but I'm taking him at ADP. I'm actually not sure if Booker is on a minutes limit, but I can't imagine he's going to be on too hard of a limit. Let's go to this next game here. Kings and Lakers. This should be a fun one. Kind of stinks. We get the Lakers on a back. Both of these teams on a back-to-back, I should say. But it should be fun. I think Fox will play. We might get a Q tag on him. It's really Fox and Sabonis is who we're worried about here. I'm not drafting Herter, who's been playing well. I'm not drafting Murray, and I'm not drafting Monk, but it should be a good game. On the Lakers side, LeBron and AD. LeBron is so far no designation, but I think we're going to get a Q tag later. Probably get a Q tag on AD as well. Like I think we're going to see a ton of Q tags today, which I can understand like why people want to wait for that, but there's just too much going on in the second and third round that pulled me in to draft. I mean, it goes without saying that LeBron's interesting. I'll just talk about LeBron for a second. He is constantly projected better than his ADP this season. Every night, LeBron is projected better than ADP. He's projecting better than AD right now per Stochastic. And someone asked me on Discord, what's my process? Am I IKB? Do I look at pick'ems? Do I look at projections? I do all of that. I do all of it. And the thing that's like kind of tough is it's hard to, I think maybe it is beneficial to do draft strictly IKB and then draft strictly projections or in a blend and mixing up the way you do these. But when you look at projections every single night, like you can predict what these projections are going to look like once you look at them consistently. You can like LeBron against the Kings in the layup line. I was like, it was so obvious that like LeBron was going to project well because he's always projecting well right now. This season he projects well every single slate, and people don't take him where projections have him. And I mean, it's not burying people, but yeah, it's just interesting. Other Lakers, D'Angelo Russell, I think, is in 6th round consideration. As far as everybody else from the Lakers, though, not getting to Cam Reddish. Reeves is always someone that intrigues me. I'm not going to have a ton of Reeves, but I will mix him in the 6th. Trae Young not on the injury report as we expected. Cavs and Blazers. Cavs 10.5 point favorites, 218 total, 114 team total for the Cavs, 104 for the Blazers. I don't want any Blazers. The only Blazer that I am getting to, and it's mostly just to get a swap, is Malcolm Brogdon in the 6th. I just hate this matchup. Like the Cavs, they don't play fast. Decent defensive team. Like against Ayton, Grant, and Sharp, like I don't really want to play any of these guys against the Cavs. And there's blowout risk here too. But for the Cavs, no Darius Garland. So for me, that does make a difference for Mitchell. I think Mitchell is in strong consideration. Mitchell seems like the type of player, and I don't have the data, to just be a little bit of a bully, to really just like go to town on shitty teams. So I do like Mitchell today. I think he's slightly over, like projection would tell you that he should be bumped down a little bit. Nope. Actually, he's projecting better than ADP. So ignore me. But I like LeVert today, and I like Mobley today. I don't know that the 6th round Jared Allen is going to be popular for me today. Like, I wouldn't consider him like a great play, but he does like I think Jared Allen can have a good game, but hasn't played over 30 minutes yet. I'm probably not going to get there. Yo, Ben, congrats on the red badge. Real sign of a sicko. Okay. Let's look at ranks. I've got some up right now. I think we can let's re-roll the ranks. Let's build some together. Hey, rakeback just hit. What do we get? Oh, I'll pull it up later. Let's go. Congrats to my rakeback ors. We made it. So Luka has been inching up, and I would agree with that. Usually I am Embiid over Luka, but this is the highest total on the slate. Luka just played 26 minutes and had an awful game. Let's bounce back. It's kind of weird going on a back-to-back from New Orleans to DC, but I don't have any fear that Luka will or will not play, or won't play. I think he plays. So let's start here. Giannis listed probable. I feel like he's going to play. I know there's been some talk that will he not play. But as far as ADP goes, I don't think he's going to fall past 3 very often. So we'll just do that. So like I said, man, LeBron projects better than AD right now, but like we're AD 4. I mean, when you have this clear cutoff of 4 to 5, 6, you're going to be way overweight, and a full fade on AD if you put anybody above him. And the same thing kind of goes here. Like, do I want a full fade Sabonis? Like, no. But between him and Tatum, I think right now I'll keep it like this. I kind of want to go Tatum over Sabonis and just anticipate that one, if not both, of Brown and Porzingis are not playing. All right, Clay's saying that that's a Giannis out tag. We'll see. Okay, from here, I would prefer, I think, Mitchell over KD. I think KD with Beal and Booker back against Minnesota, who is a very good team. I think I would rather take Mitchell and just assume that without Garland against a bad team, he just takes over and we get like that quintessential 45 from Donovan Mitchell. And low key, I want to put LeBron next. I think if I was autoing, I would probably do this. Like, people don't draft LeBron, so I think I'm just going to keep him here. I don't think he's going to get the steam to get into this echelon. And then after this is a pretty big gap. I like De'Aaron Fox tonight, so we'll go Fox next. Now, this is where you can really start to get cute with these rankings. Is after the first 10. Yeah, everybody's saying Tatum over Boner. And actually Mitchell for Andy over Sabonis. No, like I'm with you, man. I think there's something to this matchup with Sabonis versus AD. It's just like the ADP game, man. Like, I don't know that I want to be fully out. Like, I just want to at least have it ranked this way. And then, kind of make my decisions. But I think Donovan Mitchell's in line to just go nuts tonight. All right. For me, this is Scotty Barnes. And I think you can even make the consideration of putting Scotty over De'Aaron Fox. For whatever reason, it might be just because of, like, how much of his production is coming from stocks, which, like, is a very variant stat, the stocks. But it's the fact that he can do that, plus, like, the potential to score 30 tonight against Milwaukee. Like, yeah, I'll say that. With potentially no Schroeder either, I think I might just need to... We're just going to do this. Let's take some stands here. Let's quit just being so tethered to ADP for once and put Barnes over Fox. And then from here, I think I want to go Maxey and then Siakam. And now we get to Ant. I think, yeah, with this large of a gap, 13-9 to 16-2, we'll go Ant here. And then I'm going to go Booker. I might even go Booker over Ant, to be honest. But that's just such a large ADP gap. Pardon the the voice break. Let me get a sip of water while I ponder what I'm going to do between Randall, Young, and Irving, because I was Irving. But now he's got that Q tag. He's going to fall, so I need to bake that in. Okay. I think Trae Young's next because he's going to flip Randall. So let's just get ahead of it. Irving will fall. Like, Kyrie's going to fall, right? But I don't know that I can take Vooch. Revenge game. No Wendell Carter Jr. I guess. Let's just do this for now. That's as far as I can go, I think, is putting Vooch ahead of Kyrie. And then for 20, man, this is where like I start to like lean on the old projections a little bit. And you got and like Andy saying he's got Booker over KD. Like, yeah, I think that's totally fair. Just try to play the ADP game just a little bit here, and like if I see you guys in there, like I know that Booker is going to be going early. Like all you guys are going to be taking Booker early. Dad strength for Trae against the Knicks. Oof. Yeah, this is such a convoluted top 17, top 18. It's a lot of fun to draft today. Ben, what is the percentage on the rake back? It is, if you are drafting more than 75 in a week, which you have a red badge, I'm assuming you are, that is 50% of the rake that you pay is deposited back into your account every Wednesday. All right. Next position here. DeJounte Murray, man. Him and Karl Anthony Towns burnt me last night. Towns is on an absolute mission lately. Murray with Trae back, like I don't think I can do that. I think I'm going to do Anthony, Brunson, Levine, DeJounte, Dame. This Dame feels like it can really blow up in my face though. Like the Dame fade. Anybody have a lean on that? I'm strong opinions held loosely on Dame Lillard. Just not really feeling it. And then from here, Kyle Kuzma. I think I would actually put Kuzma over. Like, I want to put Kuzma over Dame. I want to put him over DeJounte. We are. I want to put him over Levine, to be honest. And then Mobley against Portland. I think he's definitely projecting well. What does Stochastic have him at? I don't think they have him like anything. Actually, they don't have him anything crazy at all. Just a couple spots above ADP. Yeah, maybe we just do one of these. That way we don't have Dame out of sight, out of mind. Okay, this is where things get interesting once again. This is like, I think, at the beginning of like the tier. This is middle of the fifth, and you got to start making some grown man, big boy decisions. I don't really want to do this Portland stuff, but it's only, if there's no Brogdon, especially, like, it's only these guys. But it just feels so bad. We'll just do classic Rudy right there. And then I think this is where I'll throw in Paolo as well. I want to keep my eyes on all these guys. Like, do I want to completely put Grant and Ayton like out of my ranks? Like, just a full fade of them? I think maybe, but the usage is just so strong for Grant, even if he's not efficient. I just hate this matchup against the Cavs. I think we're going to go Kristaps, Jalen, just to, these guys are swap eligible, and if not, they're good picks down here, or fine picks. And then I think this is maybe where I'll put in LeVert. LeVert's on a tear. Watch him just crush me tonight. And then the rest of these guys will really depend on my hand building. I do like Russ tonight. I think you can put Drew here in anticipation for one of these guys missing. Harris, I do typically like, but against Boston, it's not like a great matchup. And I'm a sucker for Franz as well. I think we're going to go Russell, Harris, Beal, Franz. I really want to keep Cole Bailey in mind. Maybe throw Austin Reeves in consideration there. And then, like I mentioned, Brogdon, just for like the swap. I don't think he's going to play. Okay, who wants to draft? Shall we? Let's do a draft. Take a look at some of these pick'ems and call it a day. Or at least a stream until we talk about NFL in a few. What do you want to do, guys? Here's what I've done so far. 2 6-mans. Let's do a little pump fake. Let's refresh and see where we're at on these. Buzzer beater is almost over halfway full. Yeah, I'm doing a pump fake. Let's go. Numi is sweating these drafts, yo. He is so upset that nobody is drafting. Dude, they're gonna fill. Don't worry. They're gonna fill. Like, thankfully, there's no like D tag that we need to worry about, right? Like, that's the good thing. That's what really gets things like fucked up. Oh, Jonathan Isaac D tag. Watch out, folks. Don't sleep on the Jonathan Isaac D tag. Upgrade to questionable incoming. I'm just kidding. Just a loaded room here. Andy, Chip, KG, lit up, Brody. A who's who. Yeah, Numi, don't worry. Everybody's gonna draft. Everybody, I just got my rake back. I'm feeling good. We're drafting today, buddy. Oh, we get hand builder Andy. Let's go. He's leaving us in suspense here. He goes Luka. I go Joel. That timing of my Joel pick, reminiscent of bots. So I'm kind of like putting in the, you know, the intimidation element. Like, oh wow, this guy's just auto. He knows what it is. Andy thinks Joel is out today. That's definitely a possibility, but for now we're playing it. Like, Giannis potentially, AD potentially, LeBron even potentially. I mean, who are the primetime games today? Let's check that out. Lakers and Kings. Are primetime at 9. Celtics and Sixers. But Joel is like legitimately injured, so I don't think that they have to worry about the rules for that. Wow, KD is falling far. This is one of those damn rooms, huh? All right, man. So Porzingis said he's not, like, Porzingis was talking about himself, or was saying like Embiid is not playing. Who was he talking about? Fox and Booker. Classic Andy. All right, let's get a little GM going. Embiid, KD, Siakam. Who says no? Porzingis said Embiid is not playing. I need to find this source. Asset, welcome back, man. Thank you for the congratulations. The odds are stacked against me, but I appreciate it. Okay, Andy, I'll check it out. Thanks. Because that would be big news, obviously. Chip with the Ant pick. I like it. KG leaning into Kyrie. Lit up going with Randall. I'm into it. Oh, it's he posted it in the Discord. I'm looking at your timeline. Let me look up Rick Sanchez bot. I'll find it later. Paolo goes, Levine goes, Cat goes. That leaves us with another juicy ADP value. Not exactly. Brunson or Kuzma and Dame, DeJounte. Let's go Brunson. I do like Brunson. I do like me some Brunson, and the Hawks feels like a pretty good matchup for Brunson there. Let me just do like a Twitter search, even though Elon is completely nuked by accident, the Twitter search function. Lillard and Kuzma for Andy. For me, let's do 6 rounds of value on DeJounte. Might as well just make a GM team, like when I'm in a room full of projection bros. Okay, let me check Discord again. I'm gonna find this shit. Okay. We've got it. I'm going to share this tab. Let me see if I'm sharing audio so you guys can also hear it. Can you guys hear this?
The best ways, I would say, to kind of try to, annoy him a little bit with smaller defenders. Like, Drew is really strong defender. That's a good way to do it. To also, I don't want to give that too much, but obviously he's one of the best players in the league, and it's very hard to stop him. But I think we did a decent job, but I guess he's not playing tonight either, right? So I don't know. Is that news to everybody? Or
you motherfucker, Kristaps. Is that news to everybody? You dumb fuck. Yes, it's news. Jesus Christ. Unbelievable. But how would he know? How would he know? They is it like court? They've got to give them what evidence they have before they actually submit the injury report. Jesus Christ. I guess he's not playing tonight. Is that news? Does the injury report out? Pingus Zingus. That just totally tilted me. But I can't. I'm not gonna fade AD. I'm not gonna. Or Embiid. Little Freudian slip. All right, no Cleveland yet. I think this might be a Levert pick for me. Some other guys that we could take. Drew Holiday. I could really kind of fuck these guys for sure. If I took Drew. Russell. Beal's in consideration. Let's see what Andy does with his last pick. He's still thinking. Let's see what he does. Did he do? He did Brogdon. Okay. I like the Brogdon swap. The thing is you will be. I need to revisit our own video. I'm pretty sure. Would Andy get the first swap there? I need to watch my own video back. Okay. That was fun. Pump fake. If you don't know, the pump fake. Top 10 win out of 1,000 entrants. It's the top 1%. 3K to first. 10th place wins 200. That's 2 extra your buy-in if you max. This is a really fun one. This is a nice way to get heat check style contests out there without like absolutely just torching everybody the way the heat check does, obviously. Shout out Chip, though. Chip was close. Other contests that we have today. Of course, the 6-man is back. Love that one. The 3-man weave, I think it's 3-man weave. That's what they called it yesterday. It was really fun. 3 max $30 entry. Didn't win anything there, but that was fun. I like this one. 10K in prizes. 1.5K to first, I think is fun. It's like just nice to get something like small and top heavy. Nothing wrong with that. Because this is just such a beaut. The hump day. Such a beaut. 10K to first. 500 from 11 to 20th. Like that's very, very nice. That's very, very nice. All right. Let's build a winner, shall we? All right. Luka, 31.5, 49.5. These are just so gaudy, but with the highest total on the slate. Kyrie Q tag, coming off a shitty game. We're going to bookmark this. We don't necessarily need to do a 5. We can do a 5, but I really prefer 3s, and sometimes I'll even do 2s if I see like just 2 that I think are just like really good picks. Then I'll just do that. Kyrie, no thank you with the Q tag. Grant Williams. Low-key kind of interested in a Grant Williams hire, but that's just the grossest thing in the world, and I'm not gonna actually do that on stream. But I think when you look at the box score, you know, things look really bad here. But this is a nice little pace-up spot against the Wizards, and he kind of plays like a big man, so just something interested. There's the Joel Embiid Q tag. Goddamn Kristaps. Kuzma is always interesting. Tobias Harris is questionable. Giannis is out. There it is, folks. Why even do a stream? T. Higgins is out. Let's just keep it going. Oh my God. All right, fuck this pick'em real quick, man. I dare somebody to let Giannis, or who am I even talking about here? Embiid. I dare somebody to let Embiid fall this far. Let's check in on my drafts that I've done so far. I'm going to let this update. There we go. A lot of book. How did I do it on Embiid? All right. Not bad. Not bad. That's what? Probably a pump fake and 3 buzzer beaters. Cool. Not bad. Don't love wasting a pump fake on that, but holy shit, man. These guys are too fucking smart in the Discord. These guys are too fucking smart. Like, this was all laid out for us in the Hoops chat. If you're not in there, you're in there. I know you are. But if you're not, let me know. Batum out. No Sixers. Yeah, so back to the rankings here. Let's get Dame up. Let's just add Brooke Lopez, Bobby Portis to our 6th round. And then for the Sixers, if Embiid is out, are we doing B-ball Paul? I'm just going to throw him at the end there. We'll throw Melton at the end. Who else am I missing? All right, back to the pick'em. Yeah, they've got a double-double here for Luka, huh? That does seem high. Yeah, he's only gone over that. He did that 3 times. What am I looking at here? 3 times in October. Yeah, he hasn't done that in a minute. And then this high-scoring game against the Clippers didn't do it. He did it here. Yeah, that's interesting. Is Drew clamping Maxey tonight? You can't put the clamps on Tyrese Maxey, dog. Who should I look at here? Levine? I kind of like my caveman brain says like Levine points. Hasn't done it in his last 3, but with no DeRozan there, that to me just says like smash. Vooch points and rebounds feels pretty damn good to me. What do you guys like between these two? Levine or Vooch? I'm leaning Vucevic, but let me know. We can't have 2 bulls in one pick'em. Tatum. I kind of like Tatum tonight. Let's take a look at Tatum on ESPN. Nine boards in his last 10. Last time he played Philly, put up 15 boards. We don't think Embiid's going to play. We're going to add 9.5 boards to Tatum. Okay. Brunson's stuff is pretty high. I kind of like the Randall points stuff. Like I was saying earlier, he just chucking shots. Hasn't been efficient either. Here's what we got. I think I would rather do Vooch points and rebounds. 32.5 is a lot. But I know Goga's the GOAT, but is Goga built like that to shut down Vooch in the post as far as filling it up and boards go? I doubt it, right? All right. Sure thing. No, thank you. Let's look at Book. Is he going to be listed here? Devin Booker. These are pretty nice. I'm looking at points and assists. I think we like points and assists. Yeah. Yeah. This is a smash. And if I was to boot anything out from here, I don't want to sweat Julius Randle, do I? Okay, we like Vooch. All right, we'll go 5. We'll go 5. We'll go 5. And then just know that I'm going to mix and match the 5 that we do. Sabonis, 17.5 points. I mean, this feels high. I know that this is a high-scoring affair. He just came in and put up 28. It does feel just a tad high. LeBron James. This seems good. Like, I don't want to... There's nothing guarantees a losing entry more than, like, taking a lower on LeBron James, right? Like, you just don't do that. That's just, like, the worst vibes for a pick'em entry is to go lower on LeBron fucking James, right? But lower on the double-double when we're looking at 8.5 boards? If you guys tell me to do it, I'll do it, but... To me, this just feels really smart. Flash sale. Okay, perfect. We're not fading LeBron. We're adding Dame and hitting submit on this bitch. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Just in a descriptive way. What could go wrong? $10. Submit. Confirm. Share your picks. Link has been fetched. Okay, yeah, Randall, I can see that being a little scary. Sure. All right, let's do one with this LeBron lower on the double-double. I have to. I simply have to. I don't think this is going to stay up. This is going to turn into a 1.25. Maybe. Yes. All right, if I was to add something to this. Scotty Barnes. Now this is something. That is so intriguing to me. God, I'm a freak. I'm an absolute freak. Oh, yeah, that's getting hit. Let's go. Here's what we're really thinking. Ugh. All right, 20. Because I can't do dollars and cents there. Here's what we're really doing. LeBron lower on the double-doubles. Donovan Mitchell higher, 29.5 points. Scotty Barnes, double-double tonight. Who says no? Nate. How can I make a pick'em? It's only letting me do champions. So champions is something new that they rolled out. I don't have access to that, so I don't really have a good answer for you, unfortunately. However, down here, if you're on desktop, pull this bad boy up, send them a message. How do I do regular pick'ems? Pick'em help. They've got all sorts of stuff here. They can help you out. Or send an email to support at underdogfantasy.com. They're pretty responsive, and they can give you a hand there. All right. I'm going to go ahead and wrap that up. This slate is nuts, and there's still way more news. Oh, Ben is giving me some. Okay, these are rivals. All right, sounds like it's pick'em champs only in certain states. So, sorry, Nate. Try out the champions, though. It looks fun. All right, guys. We're going to wrap things up here. This was a lot of fun and still more news to come. So stay glued to your phone. Get that screen time up. Keep drafting so Numi doesn't lose his job. Tail those pick'ems at your own risk. They're going to hit, but tail them at your own risk. And join the Discord if you haven't joined the Discord yet. I'll post a link. I know everybody here is in the Discord, but let me just do my due diligence, shall I? Here you go. Boom. All right. There's a link to the Discord. I'm out of here. See you guys back here. This is the home forever. Once again, we're back to Badge Bros. This channel's getting popping. This channel's going nuts. We've got Underdog Daily here, hosted by Badge Bros on the Badge Bros channel, talking football. NFL slate is also juicy, so listen to our thoughts on that. Yeah, good luck, everybody. I'll see you in Discord. And let me get an actual, closing animation so you aren't left looking at my stupid face. I was going to play a throwback. Okay. I can't find the right clip. Okay, bye.